Now, what's a common name for sugar that we don't actually realize is sugar that's used in packaging?
So dextrose, agave is also supposedly healthy, but at the end of the day, it's also sugar.
Is agave a healthier option? You often hear people saying it is.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Thing. No.
It's just the same?
It's just the same.
You are changing things for me today.
Well, that's another thing, is that I think people often think they'll go into a health store and they can just consume everything there because it's healthy, but there's so many hidden ingredients in these so-called healthy foods, which is what Damon talks about. And I think also what people often do is they think, okay, I'm eating coconut macaroons sweetened with agave syrup instead of cookies, and it's going to be better for me, but then they end up eating 10 coconut macaroons, whereas maybe they would have eaten 3 cookies because they felt bad eating the cookies, and they don't feel bad eating the macaroons. So yeah, that's also something to be conscious of.
Agave, that's so interesting. Do you find a lot of people are eating too much fat now with banting and these new diets that are really promoting healthy fats? So I mean, like, I know coconut is a healthy fat and avocado is a healthy fat. Can you eat too much of those things?
You know, coconut is, at the end of the day, saturated fat, and I don't think you need as much saturated fat as a lot of people think you do as they're eating. So again, they're overcompensating. So instead of, you know, by cutting out the sugar, which is a good thing that's come from banting and low carb, is cutting out the sugar, but then they tend to overcompensate by adding too much fat into their diet, which I don't know how they do, because to eat a tablespoon of coconut oil to me is ghastly. But yes, I do think people are eating too much fat. Not all. Some people might be eating too much fat to compensate for the sugar they're missing in their diet.
Now, biltong was one of the South African foods that we all, I think everyone thinks is healthy enough to be snacking on and eating. At least it's not a packet of chips or something.
Sure.
What are some other commonly consumed foods that South Africans are having that we don't know might be bad for our health?
So definitely fruit yogurts, because they've got so much sugar in them. Then there would be smoothies. I actually find it quite interesting when I go into like a health food restaurant and I'll order a salad or something for lunch, and I'll see people walking out with an enormous smoothie and a salad and a date ball, and you know, they're consuming a lot there, and there's a lot of sugar in what they're eating. A smoothie in itself is like a meal. And juices, that's another thing. They can add like 5 apples, half a pineapple, 3 lemons, all of that into a juice, but you wouldn't eat that in one sitting. So, and also when you actually eat the whole fruit, you're taking in fiber and lots of important vitamins and minerals that are taken out when you're juicing the fruit. So, and that slows down the blood sugar release when you eat the fiber with the, you know, the sugar in the fruit. So basically what you're doing is drinking a big 500 mils of sugary juice when people think that they're eating so healthily. Of course, again, that's going to be healthier than your bag of chips because it does have vitamins and nutrients in it. But I think just be conscious of portions and how much good food are you eating.
I'm always interested to hear about fruit juices. If it's a 100% fruit juice and the ingredient says, you know, only oranges, is that still something that's very high in sugar and we should avoid?
It is high in sugar. I think if you want orange, have a whole orange so you get that fiber benefit, and drink water.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Have an orange and drink water, then you don't need the orange juice.
Exactly. It's a lot better for you. And you're not going to eat 5 to 10 oranges, whereas your glass of juice can have 5 to 10 oranges.
Really? Yeah. I love orange juice.